This is Brad Seacott with Terracom, and in this quick video I'm just going to do a quick overview of the front panel of the Viavi TB5800-100 gig transport tester. So when you are presented with the instrument, most likely you'll end up in this test screen. All right, and we can get there through this button here. We can select a test here. Right, and we have all these different choices. Now I have a lot of options on this instrument, but most of the time you're going to be in the Ethernet area, and you can choose 100 gig E, you can choose 100 gig E with KR4 FEC. One thing that's rather nice is that it has this quick start menu, and you can customize this menu. But in this menu I have a few things here. I have 100 gig E KR4 FEC, and I have 100 gig E layer 2 traffic termination. So let's go ahead and click on 100 gig E layer 2, and it goes ahead and it loads up that application. You can see up in the corner here, while we're waiting for that to load, there's a few things that I'll draw your attention to. You can control this instrument with VNC, which is actually how I'm doing it. I have it sitting on a Wi-Fi network, and I'm VNCing in with my computer. There's the Wi-Fi, and I just have this configured to run on my Wi-Fi. Okay, so this presents us with the results screen here. Okay, and of course I don't have the laser on, so let's go ahead and and that's why we're getting all these signal losses. So let's go ahead and click on Setup, and let's see what we have for modules here. All right, so when I go to QSFP, I have a Finisar 100 gig base LR4 QSFP 28, and this talks about what the power class and everything in this. And this information actually comes from the vendor. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm going to go ahead and turn the laser on, and then I'm going to go ahead and activate traffic. Okay, and you'll see over on the left side is history, and on the right side is current, and you can see we have an error in the history. Well, the reason is because when we first came to this module, it was not turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the test, or I'll just restart the test. Okay, and now you'll see everything's green. All right, so from this screen you actually have two choices. You have two little windows here that you can configure pretty much any way you want. All right, so the left window is on a summary, and it just tells us what the status are. So if there's anything that pops up, like if an error pops in, it'll show up here. And then on the right side, there's basically the same thing. There's a summary, but this is for SLA KPI, right? But we can also do an event log, right? We can do a histogram. We can do time, and you can mix and match these. So you can do SLA KPI over here. You can do a histogram over here, okay? Or you could do things like Ethernet over here, and you can do statuses and counts, and so you can kind of set this up any way you'd like. Now, what a lot of people do is they like to remote program these, and that's actually not that difficult to do. We have some samples and examples in Python if you'd like to, just see how to get up and going on that. But it's actually quite easy. Anything that you see on the screen, basically, if you're interested in the Skippy command that will give you that information, just click on what's this, and you click on the information that you'd like. All right, so this tells you the color bandwidth utilized, the received traffic, and this tells you what the Skippy command is. All right, and so what you can do is you can just go through this and write your programming as you go, right? So you can turn the traffic on and off with the Skippy command. You can do any of this with Skippy commands, and this is a really handy way to program. So okay, so that's interesting. Let's go ahead and throw some errors into this. So let's go back to where were we? Interface. this is good. Okay, so this tells us where we are on our QSFP, what the levels are for the transmit, receive, what the laser bias current is, all kinds of good information. I think, where was this before? Was this Ethernet? No, it was, I think it was in status, wasn't it? No, let's see, summary. Yeah, there it was, summary. So anyway, we've got our laser on, right? And we've got our and we can also do things like put in frequency offsets and so on. We've got traffic started. All right, so let's go ahead and throw a frame in here. So I've got I've got KR4 FEC here. So let's put in an uncorrectable, let's do an uncorrectable FEC error. So I'm just going to click in one. All right, so as soon as I click in one, I get on my summary screen here, the summary status screen, it shows me that I've got one uncorrectable CW error, right? So again, if I'm programming, I can go here, and this is how we get these uncorrectable errors. So it's very simple to write a program that will constantly monitor for uncorrectable errors. That would be really handy if you're doing like a temperature test or something like that. Okay, and so you can pick the type of errors that you put in. We can put a correctable error in. Okay, then we can put a runt in. See what happens if we put in a runt. Right, there's a runt undersized. Okay. All right. So that's kind of how to get around and get this working. If you ever have any questions, you can always get to the manual by clicking on help down here. There's a few things going on here. So if you click on the help, you can get to the user manual, right? And this will get you to getting started or Ethernet, TCP/IP, right? And so you can get information that way. And you can always get back, you can go to results here, which brings us back to this screen, or setup here, which brings us back to setting up the physical interfaces. Okay, so that's a quick and easy start on how to get around this unit. If there's any questions, you can give us a call at, well, you can just send us an email. I'm at bsicott, BSICOTTE at terracom.com. You can go to our website at terracom.com, send an email to sales@terracom.com.